Hi there and welcome to Tweet of the Week, and this week I'm going to be talking about this post that's coming up here, which is really about teacher timetables. Now, some of us seem to get them when we're 2 weeks away from the end of the summer term, and some of us seem to get them sometimes 24 hours before we're expected to start teaching a full timetable. And that to me is quite a stressful situation personally. And my question to you is, do you think it affects behaviour? Now, I would say in my opinion, it does affect student behaviour for maybe two reasons. The first is that we are not as set up as we would like to be, and first impressions do matter. And the second thing is that it increases our stress levels, or can increase our stress levels. And certainly if you are handed a brand new timetable just before you are expected to start teaching it, I think the adrenaline will probably carry you through the first day or two, but it's not going to carry you through the whole week. And I think you can end up feeling quite deflated and just exhausted by the time you get to the last classes on the Friday. So that's an area where I feel like I have some expertise because I've done day-to-day supply, and that involves going into schools where you know nothing and you know no one, and you need to settle behaviour as quickly as possible to make sure the students are safe. So here are my 3 tips for if you do find that you are on very short notice for delivering your teaching timetable at the start of the school year. So number 1, teacher presence. Even if the situation is not ideal, teacher presence can help carry you through some of those moments, and that does come with experience. But if you would like to, check out the video I have, or it's being uploaded to my channel, on how to generate teacher presence. Tip number 2 is names. Now, whether it is brand new classes for me and I've printed off a photo list, or I've walked in a supply and I've asked for a photo list to be printed off, those are really key. And wherever I can, I try and learn just a few names and use them very early on as soon as I'm in front of the class. Why? Well, I think that shows how much I care. It shows how much I'm invested. It shows how much I'm interested in them and how much I want to get to know them. And so names are actually really powerful. If I said your name into the camera right now on this video, just for a second, it would take you back. And it's just that second that sometimes a class needs to know that, okay, I don't know this person, but she knows that student's name. Why? What does she know about us? What information does she have? And sometimes you need those moments just to give a moment to show that you are in fact an extremely competent adult, and there isn't going to be an awful lot of room for messing about, fingers crossed. The third thing I would say is key students. Now, you might be in a school where it's very rare to have a student who has an educational healthcare plan. You might be in a school where maybe a third of your class are on the special educational needs and disabilities list. If you have just received your timetable, what I would do is I would make a list of the names of the students who have key needs, and I would physically go and speak to the Senko and just say, look, I haven't had a chance to read all their individual education plans. What do I need to know to keep this student safe in my lesson? And I will catch up on all the documentation, on all the targets later on. Go and have a conversation. I found that far more useful than trying to fight through documents when my brain is buzzing with what am I going to put in the content, how am I going to set up, what spaces am I teaching in, and all these other things that are quite hectic at the start of a school year. Okay, no one wants to be in this situation, I think, and it is unfortunate, and first impressions do matter when you're in front of new students. I do have a video coming up, which is first lessons, how to deliver them, and really they are about how am I going to teach you. So they don't need to be super full of subject content unless you are really established with that class, unless it's actually quite a smooth takeover. Good luck, and if you found anything in this video useful, please comment, please like, and please subscribe, and I'll see you next time for Tweet of the Week.